Hi everyone, this is Rita Holmes, independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up. I'm from Hamilton, Ohio, and I'm here to bring you another technique that I thought would be fun to share, especially doing it as a Christmas card. So I am going to just real quick bring up my Facebook page. I forgot to do that because I want to make sure that I stay in camera with you guys. And anyway, I am here to bring you the technique, and I hope that you all enjoy it. I do want to mention that you can always go over to my Facebook group, Stamp Crazy VIP, and pick up the PDF that tells you the directions and all the stuff I used for the card and the technique in itself. And it gives you all the dimensions and stuff like that. Again, that's at my Stamp Crazy VIP Facebook page at over on Facebook. And I also have a YouTube channel. Of course, you're watching it probably. Stamp Crazy by Rita Holmes. If you came on it by default and don't remember the name of it, that's how you can look me up. I have a Stampin' Up website that you can always go to. If you do not have a demonstrator, I would love to be able to help you. If you'd like to become a demonstrator, I'd love to help you with that too. And you can see my email right there, ritaholmes0611@gmail.com, and you can always find me that way or on my Stampin' Up website. Tonight I'm going to bring you a technique called strip quilting. It's old technique. I found when I was doing my Rolodex classes doing on techniques, I found it in there, and I thought, oh, that would be fun to do. So I thought I would do it with Christmas. So I'm actually using the Plaid Tidings paper, which is on sale right now. Stampin' Up has 15 of their papers on sale till the end of this month for 15% off. And Plaid Tidings is a 6x6 group of papers, and it is on sale. So I thought I would use that. I also want to show you, and this is out of Plaid Tidings also, and I did the strip quilting. I did it on a piece of what was for white cardstock, and then I used a die cut and cut out the leaf. And I did a little bit of embossing with an embossing folder. The embossing folder I used, let me show you here, be easier for you to see maybe. It's the something Meadows. It's got two little folders in it. But it's leaves and stuff, so that's around the bottom of this. And I just thought I would show you that, and I did just some strip quilting on it also. That's the only samples I've got made to show you. So with that being said, I am going to go ahead and start on my card. And what I've got here is, this takes just a little bit of time, just because you got to cut your papers. I am going to put a little bit of removable adhesive on the back of this, and I'm just going to line this up on a line to where I can make sure that I line it up straight. So there we go. Okay, what I'm going to do is, if I take two papers like this, these are all cut 1/2 inch, and since I'm using the 6x6, I just left them at that, and I can cut that in half. But what this does is, I would be using this half and then turning this half around to go on my card. So I have two pieces like that, so I'm going to stick this one up here. And then I can take the same paper, I only use two pieces of paper, and I'll put these two at the side up, and I'll go ahead and cut that, and then I would have two pieces like that. Now you can go ahead and cut your strips ahead of time, but you have to make sure that you're getting your cuts where you want them, so that you know what you have. I'm going to go ahead and cut these few strips up that I have, so that because I really want to show you how to do that to make it easier on yourself. You know, there's nothing like driving yourself crazy with it. And I actually think I'm going to take this one this way. And then I'm going to take this one and go this way. So it just mixes it up a little bit. Okay? So there we go. I have several sheets of cardstock that I can work with. When I did this, this is cut 5 by 3 3/4, and I used about 9 or 10, just depending on how I place this on here. So what I'm going to do, and I found the easiest way, I tried to do it with my Stampin' Seal and put that on there and then put this down. Well, if you made a mistake, it was hard to get it back up if you wanted to pull it up and straighten it. So, didn't do that. So what I do is I'm just going to take my glue and I'm going to put a thin line down there. And then I'm going to take my papers. And I'm just going to, I want to get this first one kind of straight on here. So I'm just going to line those up. Like that. And then I have that one on. Now what I'll do is I'll just go not directly next to the paper. I don't want it to seep out. But I'll make a line. Then, and I'm going to stagger these. I'm not putting them all at the same right level there, because then it looks too, I don't know. Doesn't look random, I should say. Push that with my hand. That was good. See what I mean about picking up? I'll just move that one over a hair. Get that lined up right there. Sometimes when you got these white lines on here, you're thinking you're missing the point, and you're not. And so I'm going to come over here with one. And I think what I'll do here is I'm going to just do the opposite of what I did. And just remember, I'm not going to put them all at the same height, because that's where I think you can, it makes it look really, really busy, but in fact it's not. I'm going to put another line here. I'm going to take one of these that I did this way. Put a red one down here. Get that one back up. Okay, I'm going to put a red one right here. And if you use the 6x6 paper, you can really wiggle these around to have them at all different lengths on here, that it doesn't matter. So I just want you to be able to figure that out. Let's go back with something different. Something different. Let's see. Well, he's missing one. He's missing one. Let's do this one. Okay. We're going to go ahead and put this one down. And your main thing is just to make sure that you really get these bedded up against each other, is the main idea of the whole card. So, I'm trying to decide what I want to go where. And I tell you what, none of them really look alike. I mailed one off today. And it did not look like, I lost my piece of paper, guys. It did not look anything like the first one I made. So, you do it without any rhyme or reason. Now, if you don't want to just use like the 2 sheets of paper like I'm doing on here, you can always, here we go. You can always add more DSP colors to it. You know, you can mix and match exactly whatever you want to do with that. I tend to make it less complicated. Although if you've done the strip one like Kylie Bertucci did, that you have a lot of strips in that, a lot of different colors. So anyway, I know this has taken a while and I'm sorry, but the only way to show it is to do it. So that's what I'm doing. I got that on there. There you go. It's been a long day today, let me tell you. I think I want to go. Whoops. I actually want to get something up here. One of these, and I'm going to go ahead and use that one right next to that. There we go. And then, as you can see, I kind of started it, you know, not dead center, but close to center. And I did that so that the edges would not look, these edges would not like be totally one-sided. So we're going to do this here. This will be the last strip here. We're going to go way up with that one and down with this one. Whoops. There we go. So that side's done. This side is going to be just a narrow streak of it. So we're going to put that up there. And this one down here. And that is the paper strip. That's all you have to do with that. And I have one little piece left over. So now I'm going to pop this off of, I've got some glue down there on my paper. It's a good thing it's coming off. So anyway, we are going to get that off of there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn this over, and that's what the back looks like. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take and I'm going to start cutting. And you can line your scissors up right at the edge of your cardstock. And just cut across. Just make sure you stay straight. Or you can take and put it on your paper trimmer and trim it all off. Either way. And you kind of get a mess when you do this, but that's okay. Messes are fun when you're stamping. I mean, last week I used glitter. Today we're using one last ledge here. And then it'll look totally different once this is all cut off. Like scissors, I think, are getting a little sticky. Okay. There we go. Let's get this mess out of the way. And here is our, looks much better when it's all trimmed. Okay, so now what we're going to do is I took, and I've lost it, here it is. I did a Sharpie ultra fine point pen like this to do my edge lines. If you see them in this card right here. And what I did was I just took, and I'm not real like careful with doing this, but I just take and stitch up. I know it might be hard to see in the video, but it does add a little dimension to your card. And like I said, you don't have to be real careful and precise. If you've ever quilted, you're supposed to be very precise. That's why I got most of my quilt top made and I quit. In real sewing quilting, that is. Because I'm not that precise. I like stamping. I always say there's no mistakes in stamping, and it's always an embellishment opportunity. Because we all make mistakes. And why throw it away unless it's an utter disaster? You don't have to throw that away. You can find some way to fix it. Most of the time. You know, there's always those situations that pop up that just, everything's terrible. But anyway, as you can see, I'm just stitching. I would speed up my camera, but let me tell you, girls, I don't know how to do all that. So my videos are just me in a nutshell. I don't edit. I don't do anything. You get me. Like right now, I'm sitting here in my pajamas doing that. I know that's a little TMI, but this is how I come to you. Very down to earth. Because now I'm going to turn it over because I find it easier to do it this way. And I'm going to do this side. I hope you all try this. I tell you what's really nice about this. Now I picked colors I like to go together here for the Christmas card. But if I was making like birthday cards and stuff and using just regular DSP, I would pick out some of my ugly paper out of those packages. You know, there's always one you seem that you don't like near as much as you do the others. And when you cut that into little strips like this, it actually can look very pretty on a card. I've done that a lot using smaller pieces of ugly paper. Maybe I should do a video on ugly paper to show you how pretty it could look. But, you know, it's a good way to make some birthday cards. And you can actually, once you do the first one, you can pump these out pretty quick. Because you can get a bunch of them made, then just sit and put the stitches on them while you're watching TV or listening to a book, whatever. And it works out really good. This is my last piece. Okay, there, I have all of the stitching on it. So now we're going to put the card together. But before I do that, I'm going to take, I used, the stamp sets I used was the little holly on here. I used out of Christmas Means More, just this little holly stamp. And then out of my Merry Christmas came out of the Perfectly Plaid. And then also this saying, because on the inside of my card, I went ahead and stamped a little bit of holly and stamped this saying right here. It says, hoping that your busy year comes together in Christmas cheer. So we're going to finish up the card. And what I want to do real quick is I'm going to go ahead and do my stamping on here. And the stamping on the one of my pieces of 5 1/4 by 4 inch white. So let's take the Merry Christmas first. And what I want to do is I'm just going to line this tag up a little bit so I know it's straight. And hopefully my stamp is straight. Go straight down, hold it a minute, let that soak into the paper, and take it off. So there is that. Now while I've got the green, this is Mossy Meadow Green, I'm going to ink up my saying that goes on the inside. There again, I'm going to kind of straighten that up. And put my saying on. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to hold it down and bring it straight up. So that's all we need to do with the green. Now we're going to take the holly, and we're going to take Memento ink, and I'm going to do this one a little bit like this time. I put them differently on the other one. And then I'm going to go ahead and put them right here on the bottom of my card. My inside of my card, actually. Okay, so we have all the stamping done. And what I did is I came in with my stamping blends. I used the dark Mossy Meadow and the dark Real Red, or the light Mossy Meadow and the dark Real Red for my holly and my berries. So I'm going to go ahead and color my berries in. And you could add a little glitter, little Wink of Stella, anything on your berries that you'd like. I wanted to keep it just a little bit country, so I chose not to add any of that stuff on here today. Then we're going to take the Mossy Meadow, and I'm just going down the veins of the, just to give them a little green look, and then I'm going to color. And I didn't do shading and stuff on this because the leaves are so little. It would take way too much time. I like to be a fast stamper sometimes, you know, you just get it done. Especially if I was thinking about like making this for my Christmas card, I would not want to sit and take time to really shade in that like 100 cards, which would be 400 holly leaves. That wouldn't be fun. So, I hope I'm not sounding like I'm mumbling. Okay, we've got that done. I'm going to go ahead and take my card base, which I used the Real Red, and I'm going to fold that in half. And I've got my little Pampered Chef pot scrubber. That's my choice of bone folder, because it does make a nice edge. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to glue in the inside. We're going to get that done. And move that out of our way. And we're going to put the rest of it together. So let's get this in here. I would like it if you guys are watching it, if you would hit the share button and share my video. I would, because I'd really like to get more subscribers. And also give me a like. That really helps on my channel with getting started. Of course, I keep saying I'm getting started. It's been since March or April when I did my first video. But everything can help. So if you all could help me out with that, I would surely appreciate it. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to take a piece of Mossy Meadow, and it's only going to have like 1/8 of an inch border. I'm going to just glue on my quilted card front. So we're just going to glue that on. So let's get that together. There we go. We're going to leave that sit here just a minute. And what I'm going to go ahead and do, I got to make sure I got this right. I'm going to go ahead and glue on my white piece. This is just a 5 1/4 by 4 white piece of the Whisper White. Because I think if you look at the card, I think that white really makes that card jump out a little bit. So let's just go ahead and glue that down. And that's out of our way. What I'm going to do, we've got this, it's called braided linen trim, and it's in real red. And I'm going to measure me off 2 pieces. I'm going to double it. Need to bring my ribbon scissors out here, that would be nice. And then I'm going to just put this on here to the side and tie a knot. So we're just going to bring this over. I want to make sure it's up enough. Come over to the side a little bit. Hold that with my finger. Bring this back through. And there we go. Then I'm going to trim it off. There we go. So that is basically our card front, and I am going to go ahead and I'm going to glue that right here on our card. And then we'll put our other little piece together. Strip quilting is really fun. I'm trying to make sure I get the ribbon glued down. Strip quilting's a lot of fun. It's kind of therapeutic. Because you get your mind just set on doing that you kind of just relax your brain a little bit. Okay, there we go. That's on there. So what I'm going to do is, we did this label, and I cut another label punch. It's the exact same label, same size. And what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to cut it up the center. And it doesn't matter if you get it strictly in half or not. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this, I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the back. And then I'm going to take and line it up and make it like a little border. Just make sure that you get it even. You shouldn't have any green showing on the sides because it's basically the exact same size. Then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to put a little bit of glue across the back. And then I'm going to take and I'm going to glue that down. And I'm going to try to make sure that I got them both pretty even so that they look like, and that way it looks like you have a little mat. Okay. So there we go. We got our green ends in. And so what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to take and I'm going to put some pieces on the top and the bottom. I'm not going to do the middle. I don't want it to pop up on this piece of ribbon right here. So I'm just putting them across the top and the bottom. Make sure you get them on there good. Put your paper off, and what I did is I finally used the whole piece of my dimensional paper. It's all gone. I used every little piece of it, which is always nice. I'm going to take my Merry Christmas and we're just going to put it on the front here. And there's our card that we made. So as you can see, I did the holly a little bit different. The papers look a little bit different. You know, it's just in what what you do when you how you start putting them on. And then here's my fall card that I did. So that's called strip quilting with paper, and you don't need hardly any supplies for it. The paper does all the decorating. All you need to really do is put a saying or something like that on it, or keep it real simple like I did the leaf, and as a focal point. So you can do it either way. It's a lot of fun. I hope you do try it. And again, I hope you share my video. I hope you give it a like. And also, I just thank you for watching the videos. And I have a lot of them on there. If you haven't seen them, just you can go in the search and do Stamp Crazy by Rita Holmes, and I'm sure all the videos will come up for you to be able to see. Leave me a comment. I'd love it. I'd love to hear from everybody. And until I'm back again, I hope you all have a great day or a great night, since I'm videoing this at nighttime. You all have a great day or night, and I'll be back with you soon.